So, Angel Reese's unrivaled jersey sold out in 2 minutes flat. 2 minutes. That's barely enough time to enter your credit card information, let alone clear out an entire inventory. Unless, of course, there were only 5 jerseys available, conveniently matching her jersey number. What a coincidence. The math doesn't add up, folks. Something smells fishy, and it's not just the desperate marketing tactics of a failing basketball league. Let's break down this perfectly orchestrated sellout that has Angels sweating bullets now that everyone's caught on. Yeah, I know, it's crazy being able to see the impact. As a little girl, I always looked up to so many great players in the WNBA, and now being able to see my name on the back of a jersey is amazing. And I haven't even made the team yet, obviously, but being able to just be in this moment and understanding what it means to be here, because everybody doesn't get this opportunity. And like I said, I'm not going to take this for granted. I want to come in and work hard every day and do whatever it takes. I know what my spot take is. News broke yesterday that jerseys for the unrivaled teams were being released. According to reports, Angel Reese's jersey supposedly sold out within just 2 minutes, faster than any other player's merchandise. Immediately, basketball fans started raising eyebrows. This sounds like a bunch of BS. Many commented online. She's popping, but she ain't popping like that. Somebody's lying. But I smell a rat. Alright? Something smells like B to the S. Alright? Alright? I'm just saying, this applies to this situation. I said, well, let me see what I can see, because Angel Reese fans, they're sad, and they're furious, and they were right to question it. The timing of this whole situation is suspiciously perfect. At exactly 10:04 p.m. Eastern Time, these unrivaled jerseys hit the market. By 10:08 p.m., just 4 minutes later, polished news reports were already circulating that Angel's jersey had completely sold out. Think about that timeline for a second. 4 minutes is barely enough time for someone to browse a website, select a size, enter payment information, and complete a purchase, let alone for news outlets to confirm a sellout, write articles, get them edited, and publish them online. The selective nature of these sellouts raises serious questions, but here's where things get really interesting. Reports claim that Chelsea Gray, Caleb McBride, and Natasha Cloud all sold out at basically the same time too. How convenient that players with dramatically different levels of popularity all sold out simultaneously. When does that ever happen in real merchandise sales? Yeah, the reason why we watch women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want you to realize that. It's not just because of one person. Real merchandise sellouts don't work this way. When the new PlayStation or iPhone drops, the most popular versions disappear first, while others might linger on shelves for days or weeks. That's how actual consumer demand operates. It varies based on popularity, but apparently, in the unrivaled league, normal market forces don't apply. Let's be brutally honest about the players involved here. Angel Reese has millions of followers across her social platforms. She's a college basketball sensation who commands major attention. Meanwhile, Natasha Cloud, though certainly talented, doesn't come close to matching Reese's mainstream recognition or social media presence. Yet somehow, their jerseys disappeared from inventory at identical speeds. Even Brittany Griner, who made international headlines with her return from Russia, couldn't sell out the arena for her first game back, but was supposed to believe her jersey vanished in minutes due to overwhelming demand. The mathematical improbability of such perfectly aligned consumer behavior across players with vastly different popularity levels is staggering. It's like saying your neighbor's garage band draws identical crowds as Beyoncé. The marketplace simply doesn't work this way. What's particularly telling is who had real-time access to the inventory system tracking each jersey as it supposedly flew off the shelves. That's not how merchandise reporting typically works. There's usually a delay. Companies verify numbers, marketing teams craft statements, and news outlets gather information before publishing. But this time, the sellout news hit social media instantly, which feels unusually calculated and raises serious questions. Multiple sources shared the exact same information at nearly the same time, like a movie premiere where reviews drop before the film even plays. It wasn't journalism, it was coordinated messaging. The articles didn't just report the sellout, they framed it as a major cultural moment. The narrative was pre-packaged and launched in sync across platforms. This pattern mirrors those limited edition drops built on artificial scarcity, release a small number of items, claim they sold out instantly, and manufacture the illusion of overwhelming demand. But real demand doesn't look like this. If thousands were genuinely trying to buy at once, we'd have seen website crashes, checkout issues, and general chaos. Instead, we'd had a flawless, polished rollout. Normal sellouts are messy, failed transactions, customer complaints, and resellers immediately cashing in. With the unrivaled jerseys, it was all too smooth. The immediate and uniform reporting points to a plan, not a spontaneous surge in interest. Minimal inventory plus instant sellout equals one thing: a headline, not a phenomenon. The truth is, it wouldn't be shocking if Angel Reese's jersey eventually sold out through natural demand. She has a substantial following. It's the 2-minute time frame that strains credulity. Of course you're not supposed to question anything, right? But questioning is part of being an American. Our right to say whatever we want. Fans immediately voiced their disappointment online. "I was there the second they dropped, and it sold out. I'm going to cry," lamented one Reese supporter. Another expressed disbelief. "How is Angel Reese's jersey already sold out? I didn't get to buy it. How did it sell out so quick? Please restock." These comments reveal genuine demand from Reese fans who couldn't secure merchandise despite being ready to purchase. One frustrated supporter begged, "Please let me get an Angel one. I was there the second they dropped, and it sold out. I'm going to cry." Another said, "How is Angel's jersey already sold out?" The 3 question marks speak volumes about their disbelief. These reactions highlight another problem with the sellout narrative. If there was legitimate inventory matching Angel's popularity, many more fans should have been able to purchase before a sellout occurred. The fact that fans were ready at the exact moment of release but still couldn't get jerseys suggests an extremely limited quantity was available from the start. Now let's pull back the curtain on what's really happening. The reality about Unrivaled League's viewership is downright embarrassing. We're talking numbers so low they couldn't even fill a high school gymnasium with viewers. Not a professional arena, a high school gym. So ask yourself, how does a league nobody's watching suddenly sell merchandise like they're the NBA? It simply doesn't add up. If Angel Reese's jersey genuinely sold out in those magical 2 minutes, and we assume people were buying at a reasonable rate, there should have been thousands of jerseys available to begin with. That's how legitimate sellouts work in established leagues. But that's not what happened here. Consider this more realistic possibility. There were only 50 or 100 jerseys available from the start, similar to how sneaker companies might release just 500 pairs of limited edition shoes to create buzz. Unrivaled appears to be using the same playbook. The difference is that established brands can justify limited runs because of their popularity. Struggling leagues use them to create an illusion of demand. Suddenly that lightning-fast sellout looks exactly like what it is: a manufactured marketing moment. It's like bragging about selling out a phone booth for a concert. We know Unrivaled did not perform well in viewership. Their viewership numbers were so abysmal that they were comparable to local high school games in some markets. Think about this logically. The Unrivaled League creates a tiny batch of jerseys, puts them online, and within minutes they're gone. Then they rush to announce amazing record-breaking sales. "We're sold out." All they've done is create artificial scarcity to generate buzz around their product. It's marketing 101, but it's also transparent and manipulative. This strategy leaves actual fans frustrated. Imagine rushing to buy a jersey, finding it sold out, then wondering why you don't see anyone wearing them. Fans who support real merchandise share their purchases everywhere. Unboxing videos, Instagram posts, game day photos. Yet where's the evidence of all these Reese jerseys? The social proof is suspiciously missing, leaving fans feeling duped and questioning the legitimacy of the whole operation. The situation becomes even more suspect when you connect it to the league's financial troubles. Unrivaled reportedly hasn't paid players their promised $50,000 bonuses. A league failing to meet financial obligations to its own players is somehow moving merchandise at record speeds. When an organization shows you who they are through their actions, believe them. According to inside sources, they're not even producing new stock. They're just selling what little inventory they had left, probably from the merch store down at arrival. They're not even planning to make more. This isn't about meeting massive consumer demand. It's about creating hype around a struggling product. The sellout wasn't a testament to Angel Reese's popularity. It was a testament to the league's marketing desperation. What's particularly concerning is how the league is using Angel Reese's name and popularity to mask its failures. By claiming her jersey sold out instantly, they're attaching their struggling brand to her rising star. It's a parasitic relationship. They benefit from her popularity, while potentially damaging her credibility. Angel Reese now finds herself in an uncomfortable position. Did she know about this marketing scheme? Was she complicit in announcing the record-breaking sales, or was she also misled by the league? Either way, she's now associated with what appears to be a deceptive marketing tactic, and fans are starting to question the authenticity of her brand partnerships. The panic we're seeing from Angel's camp suggests she might be realizing the damage this could do to her reputation. Building a personal brand requires trust, and false claims about merchandise demand erode that trust quickly. Athletes' careers extend beyond their playing days, and their credibility with fans and sponsors is their most valuable asset. What makes this situation even more troubling is the way it's being handled. Rather than addressing the reasonable skepticism about the sellout claims, there's been silence or deflection. No one from Unrivaled or Angel's team has provided concrete numbers about how many jerseys were actually available or sold. If the demand was genuinely overwhelming, why not proudly share those impressive figures? The answer is becoming increasingly clear, because there are no impressive figures to share. The emperor has no clothes, or in this case very few jerseys. This kind of marketing desperation indicates deeper problems for the Unrivaled League. New sports leagues face enormous challenges in establishing themselves, but resorting to deceptive tactics is not a sustainable strategy. It might generate short-term buzz, but it erodes long-term credibility. For Angel Reese, this incident should serve as a cautionary tale about partnership choices. Attaching her personal brand to an organization with questionable business practices could have lasting consequences. Her actual popularity and talent deserve better representation than manufactured hype. Fans deserve transparency too. The people who waited eagerly to purchase Angel's jersey, only to be told they were already sold out, deserved a fair chance. They deserved to know how many were actually available. They deserve better than a marketing stunt designed to create artificial hype for a struggling league. The pattern here points to something calculated rather than organic. What we're seeing is a desperate attempt to create the perception of success where none exists. The smoking gun is painfully obvious. Unrivaled likely produced a minuscule inventory to manufacture a sellout situation, and here's the thing nobody's talking about enough. The Unrivaled League can't even pay its players. According to reports, they haven't delivered on the $50,000 bonuses they promised their athletes. Think about that for a second. If they can't even pay their players, how are they supposed to be running this massive jersey operation? This jersey sellout story is simply smoke and mirrors from a struggling league trying to create the illusion of relevance and success. It's a distraction from more serious issues about the league's viability and its treatment of athletes. For Angel Reese, the path forward requires careful navigation. Her talent and popularity are real. She doesn't need manufactured hype. Distancing herself from these questionable marketing tactics and demanding transparency from her partners would serve her long-term interests better. As for fans, skepticism is warranted. Next time you see wild claims about instant sellouts, ask for the receipts. How many were actually produced? Who bought them? Where's the proof? Who really benefits from this manufactured frenzy? The truth about Angel Reese's jersey sellout appears increasingly clear. It wasn't about overwhelming demand. It was about underwhelming supply. It wasn't about her popularity. It was about a marketing strategy designed to create headlines rather than satisfy actual fans. In the world of sports merchandise, real success is measured not just by selling out, but by how many fans proudly wear your jersey. It's measured by restock demands that reflect genuine interest, not artificially created scarcity. By those metrics, the jury is still out on Unrivaled's actual success. What we're witnessing isn't a testimony to Angel Reese's market power, though that certainly exists. It's a testimony to how desperate marketing tactics can backfire, potentially damaging the very stars they're trying to promote. Angel now finds herself caught in a credibility crisis not of her own making, but one she'll need to address as fans increasingly question the authenticity of these sellout claims. The numbers don't lie, but apparently some marketing teams do. Angel Reese might be a basketball sensation, but even she can't sell out inventory that barely existed in the first place. Next time you hear about a record-breaking sellout, remember this fiasco and ask yourself, did they actually sell a lot or did they just have very little to sell?